Welcome to part 2 of my Japan Winter 2023 vlog. The link to part 1 is in the description below. We rose not so bright and early to catch a domestic flight from Chitose to Nagoya. A 3 to 4 hour trek loomed and timing was of the essence, with very little room for error. We weren't sure if the trains were going to be affected by the blizzard or if the line through airport security was going to be long, but I wanted to be at least at our gate before the flight. We're at the Chitose Airport now. We just got through security, like back there. We're all gonna be flying over to Nagoya, so we have about 30 minutes. In the meantime, we're just gonna be eating basically like whatever's around here. So what we ended up buying was, we got 2 of these. We wanted to try it before leaving again, just because Sapporo is known for their seafood, so why not, right? We also got this. This one was pretty cheap. It was like $5.40 for all of this. Also got the pork cutlet sandwich, as well as egg sandwich. I really like the egg one. Ended up just randomly buying this just because that one was being advertised in a lot of places too. So technically we are still in Hokkaido and I really want to try it before going. Oh, I just realized since 1985. Wow, that was the year I was. And then here's the Nikka whiskey. We didn't get to go here. We didn't have a lot of time, unfortunately. And you know, like, I guess lesson learned in our future, try to make more time to spend around here. But hopefully next time we can go to Otaru for the Nikka distillery. The flight from Sapporo to Nagoya only took about an hour, and once we landed, I activated our 7-day JR pass, marking the beginning of many train transfers, which can get rather expensive if you're going across Japan multiple times in a short time span. Gotta maximize the usage or it'd be a waste of money, which I hate, right next to eating disappointing food at an overhyped restaurant. This was probably the bumpiest train ride of my life. Trying to navigate the zigzagging mountainous terrain was like trying to do yoga while drunk. Once we reached Takayama Station, we traded the train for a bus, plunging deeper into another winding terrain with even more snowfall. En route, we received a message from the ryokan staff telling us we need to get to the place as soon as possible in case road closures occurred due to the incoming blizzard. Luckily, we dodged that bullet just in time. Once we arrived at the ryokan, we were greeted with the famed Japanese omotenashi. An attendant materialized from the front desk, commandeered our luggage, and took us on an escort quest to our room. Along the way, we received historical tidbits about the place as well as an etiquette crash course. After passing by dimly lit hallways where ghosts were probably hiding, we got to our room. The attendant took some time to acquaint us with how to use the kotatsu, how to wear a happi properly, how to use the indoor and outdoor onsens, and the different amenities provided by the ryokan. We had some time to decompress from our exhausting journey before our Kaiseki dinner reservation, so I ended up exploring our room. This was my first time in a traditional ryokan, and I was quite impressed with how large our space was for 2 people. So here's a brief tour of the room we stayed in. This one is called Hazuki, and it's one of 10 private open-air onsen on the property. I chose a private room because my tattoos are too large to be hidden with a patch. As with most traditional onsen, guests with obvious tattoos are not allowed in the shared public baths. Maybe this will change in the future, but that wasn't the policy when I stayed there.
I don't recall if the futon was comfortable or not, but I was snug and warm, and I snoozed through the discomfort if there were any. Even though we were prepared with our own toiletries, the provided amenities were a nice touch, especially for guests who may have forgotten to bring their own. Despite the frigid weather outside, the indoor onsen enveloped me in warmth from the humidity, which was challenging for my camera's focus due to the steam and dim lighting. Luckily, we have the delightful choice of indulging in either the indoor or outdoor bath. Personally, I found myself favoring the invigorating outdoor soak during my stay. After all, this was a rare experience for me. It was time for our dinner reservation, so we made our way to the restaurant where they served delectable seasonal kaiseki. After being led to a private dining space where a sign of my name and room number were displayed, our waiter introduced us to an array of indulgence laid out on small plates. As an American, it might not look filling, but placing quality over quantity, the aesthetically displayed meal set was more than enough for our palate to be satiated. The ingredients used were all locally sourced. While I was unfamiliar with some of the dishes, I dove in with an open mind and enjoyed experiencing new textures and flavors. This region is home to one of the best types of wagyu called Hida beef. You don't have to be a Yelp elite to know that what we ate was indeed drool-worthy. The next morning, we resumed our exploration of the grounds, now blissfully devoid of any lingering creepy vibes from the night before. Our endeavors led us to the Souvenir Shop on site, where I sought out a unique keepsake. Much to my surprise, one of the shopkeepers was somehow convinced I spoke fluent Japanese. She enthusiastically gave details about the regional goods at the shop. While I did understand snippets of what she said, I couldn't keep up with her energetic delivery, given that I only had a fledgling grasp of the language then. In the end, she gifted me with a panda version of a Sarubobo amulet, which is exclusive to Takayama. This was such a sweet gesture and a wonderful souvenir. Our tranquil time here was nearing its end, but not before having one last soak in the bath, and a kaiseki reservation featuring traditional local breakfasts. My taste buds were treated to a flavor adventure that left us with a penchant of wanting more. The multi-plate menu was robust and was not constrained to just one savory profile. You can't really escape the sound of flowing water in this small onsen village. Looking off to the side of the road, I saw that hot spring water flowed freely along the canals. I jokingly stated that we bathed in sewer water, but that's very far from the truth. Just up the road ahead, there's actually a hot spring water treatment plant. There's a local celebrity here named Taro the village Shiba. Technically he's a stray, but the village takes care of him. I found out about him on Google Maps when I was planning the trip. He's quite old and looks to have hip problems. I hope someone can take him in so he can live out his days comfortably. Overall, this was a splendid choice for a first-time stay. Coming here may have been a trek, but I would 100% visit again. My stay at this onsen was a wonderful therapeutic embrace of natural hot spring relaxation, punctuated by gourmet delights, spectacular views, and exquisite service. That just about wraps up my video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. For part 3, I will be heading to the heart of Hida Takayama. See you then. Bye bye.